they had just been lying in wait, robbing people since last night, since the night before it went live.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
Wow.
Right, YouTube is live as well now.
It's 2020, so
People lost their damn minds.
they didn't lost their damn mind. Oof. Shit.
I was like, I'm just trying to get home because technically I was supposed to be at work.
Hey.
Technically,
I started at 9. It's 9:59. I'm pushing. Let me hurry up and get.
Am I the only one that hears an echo?
I did a little bit.
I
I don't
don't
hear
hear
it
an echo
anymore.
well.
So it's just me. Okay.
Do you have the stream up somewhere that you're watching it?
You know what?
I'll give you a second
I probably
jump.
do. Wait, no.
Taco Tuesday.
All right.
Hey, Joe,
I couldn't find the.
What's up, Will?
Oh, go ahead. No, I was just saying I couldn't find the videos that I streamed on my restream on the Twitch. So I guess those are already deleted, but I deleted the other ones. So I was trying to find those, but I guess.
Oh, the small ones or whatever.
The small one, yeah, the small ones that I had.
All
I
the
deleted them,
technical error ones from earlier today.
Yeah, but I couldn't find the Twitch one. So
I'll go
I'm
double
guessing,
check.
they had to-
I'll go double check them.
Yeah. Just like the Twitch ones. I deleted the Facebook and
kidding me.
YouTube ones, but I didn't
Okay.
get the Twitch ones.
Cool. Hey, Jay, do you know what the arena ID is?
I wouldn't know until I saw it.
All right. Well, when we finish up this match, give me like 2 seconds to get the arena ID.
Got it. Man, too live. I really tried it. I hate the extended darn charge smash to this so much.
All right, don't jump right in. Give me a minute to get the arena ID here. Let's see. Okay. Thanks all. Now we good.
Come on,
Ready?
in the house with the captain. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get in.
Y'all need to start giving me Yoshi. There's 52 characters in this game. Yoshi.
Oh man, I just realized that Will change the arena settings so we have like, you know, actual maps.
Regular map?
Yeah, as opposed to just Final Destination, and I'm playing Real Mac like this is a death sentence for me.
Nice.
Yes, skills. Yes.
No, man, we all know I'm not here for skills. That's not what I do.
We're definitely not gonna troll. I'll tell you that
Oh
right
no,
now.
I troll pretty hard. Mostly myself.
Oh my. Oh!
Oh,
Scrambled egg.
how did everybody
Scrambled
dodge
egg.
that? There were
Scrambled egg.
there were two of you standing right there, and I missed both of you.
We said no trolling, Peter.
This is what I do. Oh, all right. I gotta change characters because, this just ain't working.
It
Just ain't working. Not on these
Oh,
Final
God.
Destination
Oh, God.
stages, man.
What?
You jump for that?
No.
What if? Never mind.
Oh, look out!
Thank you, Magic, for being my extension.
Peter, I really like the way you have the chat, man. How you have the chat like it just goes to the person that's speaking instead of having like a whole Brady Bunch look.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It took me forever to get that working.
Oh gosh.
Like
Same, dude.
how were you able to add Discord and OBS? Like, do you just do
It
the
is-
window or
It is
display
just
capture?
it is just a window capture that I have moved to be like all the way in the bottom right corner, and it is the bottom layer of my stream. So there's a cutout in the background of literally that exact spot, and it was just literally
Oh, no.
painstakingly positioning it properly so it would show up correctly.
Dope. That's
Yeah,
dope.
That's what I do with mine too, though. Like, so I usually take when other people are streaming, I'll literally do a window capture of their entire like page,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
I'll just crop it so that it looks like it's just something coming through there.
Okay.
And then I have it
Awesome.
moving per speaker, so like it moves whoever's speaking.
So what you're saying is, if I want more airtime, I just gotta talk nonstop, so I'm the only one they see, and the beat goes on. No, I'm just joking.
And the beat goes on.
I mean, I could make it focus on like just Magic, you know, since he's my favorite one here.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. It's all right. I'll filibuster this Twitch if I need to get some airtime. I'm fine with that.
Right.
Where's the section to make it like that? Because I was actually trying to do that.
Oh no!
Oh, you can't get off the stage and never come back.
Man!
He was thinking about Magic and he just ran off the stage.
Oh. Yeah, we can't do this little Mac business on these Final Destination stages. It's not
Yeah,
gonna
I don't
work.
see you playing
No
much
way.
Wii
No
Fit
way.
stage on this one.
Right. I mean,
I
that's
need
the best
my
thing
Wii
on the
Fit
planet.
Studio. I need my
Mark.
Wii Fit Studio.
Mark. Ah!
All right, give me a second. I need to switch characters.
Yeah, I'm switching characters too.
I'm needy.
Hey, Peter, how do you make it so that it actually shows the person that's actually speaking rather than like only
All
one
right,
person? the whole entire time?
so in Discord, when after you get into the video chat, you basically just go to a text chat, and it shows like a cutout of the video chat. That's actually what's being displayed on the stream.
So
It's
Oh.
it is such a jank setup, but it works.
Hell, it works at the end of the day.
Right.
What do you mean the text chat setup?
Okay, so
Oh, damn.
like
It doesn't matter how you super glue together. But you
right,
super
as long as
glued it
it's
together.
super glued together. Like literally when you're in Discord, like just click on like Space Station or something like that in the server, and it will do like a pop out of the video chat.
Oh, I got you.
And that will rotate through the people that are chatting. The only person it won't show is you.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, who the hell wants to look at my face anyway?
We want to look at Doughboy, okay? Damn.
Too doughy. It's too
Cut
doughy.
that shit out.
Yo,
Shit,
do
cut
I
that
have
shit out.
Peter on Twitch?
I did that for other stuff, and I was like, cause I would take the whole entire Discord screen, and I
Yeah,
would crop it to a grid view.
Yeah.
But the grid view, it was just too much going on. And I was
for
like,
sure. Agreed. And you like can't really
What's
see
your-
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that
What's
sounds
your
like
Twitch?
too much work.
Peter?
Yep.
My Twitch,
all I just heard.
just
Yeah.
twitch.tv/Peta26.
26.
I'm gonna start talking a lot in the chat too. So, all right, I think I'm ready to go.
Once.
Oh man, what is this lag though? Whew.
Hey, Peter, you know what I thought of the other day that would be perfect for you to play on your stream?
Sorry, say that again?
So you know what I thought about the other day that would be perfect for you to play on your stream?
What's that?
I Am Bread.
Yes, it's actually like, it is 100% a game I want to play on my stream. In fact, I want to learn how to speedrun that game.
I would watch every single stream.
Wow.
I want to learn how to speedrun that game so bad so that I can just like dedicate my life to playing I Am Bread.
Nice. Nice.
Oh!
Watch, somebody's gonna just click on this page by accident. Wait, so his name is Peter Bread. Nice.
Like, I need a T-shirt immediately.
Right.
You need to do that so you go to some games done quickly.
Yes.
You can all be there, and I can cook bread while you play bread.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Can we
Yes.
please?
Yes.
Can we? Like, I want that shit. Like, that's a must.
I want
I
to
would definitely.
I want to nominate just that idea for an Academy Award.
Yes. make some chocolate chip zucchini bread. Like, do that shit. Like, do that.
No, we need to go back on this Academy Awards. Who's gonna play each of us?
Right.
I'm played by the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Damn. I'm so mad at that.
It's perfect. He's white.
Oh,
he's
man.
chunky. Like it's.
I'm getting some chips and some Gatorade. I'm on it. I need this.
Oh,
Oh my god.
God damn it.
oh,
What's that like to be able to eat whatever you want because I can't do it?
oh! I can't do it. I do it anyway, but I can't.
Flipping diet. And I went to the gym for my weigh-in. He was like, "So your body fat percentage is down to 31% from 39." I was like, "Yeah,
Progress.
all right." He was like, "But you know your weight's still the same." It's like, "So it's all muscle." No, I want to be smaller. Damn it! I care about muscle. I want to be smaller.
Hey, one step at a time.
I just want to be
one
loved.
step at a time.
Right.
I just want to be loved, y'all. That's all I
Right.
I love you,
We
Will.
all want to be loved. We want to be loved.
want. Finally accepted.
Yes. Hugs for everyone.
Whoa.
Clip
Clip that, clip that, clip that.
that,
who's
clip
playing
that,
Joker?
clip that.
It's like, how did that happen?
The fudge
All right.
cracker man.
I
So I
just
had went
pinned,
to the seminar a long time ago. I was surprised nobody's asked me about this because in my stream they ask me about it all the time. I went to the stream a long time ago and I met Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher, and he convinced me to make that thing behind me, which is
Oh
supposed
my
to be
god,
all,
Peter.
What? What'd I do?
all these aspirations and things I want to accomplish.
You did one person out each time.
And so many people ask, why is 200 pounds
I
on
didn't
there?
set it up.
Because
Don't blame
I weigh
Peter.
200
It's
pounds.
my lobby.
Yeah.
It's my lobby. I'm to blame.
Yeah, come on. If I set up the
You know,
lobby, the
I mean,
only stage we would
like-
play is We Fit Studio. Come on.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
I didn't realize
Okay,
tonight
well,
we
yeah.
had
I
8
mean, that
people
would
playing.
be roughly a normal weight for you, right?
No, that's like 6% body fat if I'm 200 pounds. That's what I was
Oh.
told. I was like, so what's wrong with that? I can't be 6% body fat. That's what you're trying to say? Me? That what you're saying, Doc?
Right.
I can't be happy.
Like, you want to discriminate my body? You body shaming me?
There's so many big people on this stage. Speaking about weight.
It's a big one.
Yeah, that is a
There's, like,
chunk
no
of,
room
this
on
is
this
a chunk of
stage.
game. Right.
I really need to think of other topics to talk about on this podcast. And it all started with me coming up with this idea after getting into an argument with my friend's best friend, who she is a feminist. Man,
those are fun.
Ruh-roh.
I don't even know how we started. She was like, "Hi." She was like, "Hi, I'm Cheryl. So how you doing?" And I said, I don't know what I even said. I think I was talking about like bodybuilding. No, I was talking about the differences in like how much females are paid in the WNBA versus males. And she went off about wages. I said, whoa, I wouldn't even go in that room. I'm just talking about sports. And she was like, well, why do you think that is? I said, do you want me to be honest? She's like, what? I said, women don't dunk. I'm not saying that they can't. I'm just saying that they don't. And if they do, it's a very like boring dunk to see to begin with. And she was like, well, she's like, I've watched basketball and it's not entertaining to begin with. I said, like, have you ever watched the WNBA game and the NBA game side by side and seen the differences? She said, no. I said, women during basketball games do not talk trash at all. There might be one or two, but then I've watched the NBA game and heard them when they're mic'd up. I heard Kevin Garnett talk about Carmelo Anthony's wife, vagina, on the court.
Oh, yikes.
Like, what did I just walk into? What the fuck?
Right?
Right.
I was talking about a conversation I had, like, how, like, I was thinking about how I came up with the idea for the podcast, Honesty. I had, like, a full-blown, she started to argue with me. I had an argument with a feminist.
Oh, that never works. You know that, right?
Right.
I
That's why I'm like, that sounds fun.
All I was talking about is that
Like,
there's a
like your job is to be wrong.
I said, all I talked about how there's a huge pay difference between the NBA and the WNBA. I didn't say it was right. I just said that there is. And she went on this whole tirade about the wage gap. I said, that's not true because there's a female who works in cybersecurity who's worked there same amount of time as, but she makes more money than I do. I don't care. I'm not offended by it. She's a very smart lady. There should be more women in tech, to be honest with you. And she says, why do you think that is? I don't know. I'm a black man from Cleveland. I have no idea about anything. I just show up to work, do my job, and go home.
Hey, like, why are you asking me? Shit.
It was rhetorical.
True, but still.
Like, she was all over the place. I was like, you know what? I was like, I feel like things like this should be sat down and discussed. Like, I've seen this YouTube show called Middle Ground, and every time I watch it, I get pissed off because they don't do anything to make middle ground. They just they say a statement, and then one side talks about it, or whoever agrees with the statement talks about it, and then they go back and forth, and then that's it. Like it never gets resolved. It's like, if this statement is true for you, come please have a seat. Do you think that women are better drivers than men?
Oh, hey everybody. My daughter says hi.
Hello.
What up?
Hey, girl.
All right. I'm a little capitalist woman.
Nice.
I didn't work at Starbucks. You be making monies now.
Oh.
All right. Since Jay has decided not to make two people leave per match and then have a trash rotation,
I didn't realize that we were gonna have 8 people in tonight.
You realize that there's gonna be some asses whooped, and
The arena's been shut down.
What?
They're
No!
gonna be shut down.
That's what I was
What
ready.
kind of garbage is
to
that?
throw
Like,
Jay
what the heck?
rage quitting.
Why? I'm
I was
offended.
gonna
I am so offended by this
I don't
shit.
blame him. I don't blame him.
Like, what the fuck?
Exactly, man. Exactly.
I don't
man.
blame
What
him.
happened, dude?
Like, what?
I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Jaya sets up the arena. We just here giving him shit about it. Like,
Right, man. Can't handle the pressure, man.
Will, are
change
you
my rules.
starting the
So
arena,
mad.
or do I need to start
So
it?
mad.
No, it's coming.
Okay.
I just gotta
Jay
make
did it
sure
on
I
purpose.
gotta make sure I set it to
Jay-
2 out.
Can you do me another favor while you're at it? Can you make the only stage available Wii Fit Studio?
Yes. Yes,
You know,
yes,
block
yes,
everybody.
yes, yes.
I will block everybody in this. I'll just block everybody. I'll block every viewer. I'll just block them. I don't even know why.
That's
Block them.
that's really the only reason I
Don't
want to do
be
it.
a hater.
Right? That's what I'm saying. See, BK is the only one here that gets me.
Right.
Well, and all right, that's not true. Also magic because of
That's a
Brad.
real ass problem. That is a horrible problem to have.
I get things.
That is terrible.
I
Really?
get stuff all the time. Don't blame me.
Oh, they're officially
Gosh darn it.
Magic and BK are officially my favorite View Unity members.
Oh,
Oh, so technically,
Gang over here. Bread gang.
Bread gang.
yes, gang. Yes. We're the loaf. The loaf.
We're the loaf.
Right,
squad.
we're the loaf. Like loaf squad up in this his up. Yeah.
Credits up again.
Oh,
I love
man.
it. I just love it.
I can't believe this.
Like,
Really?
right. I'm like,
Really?
he
Can
is
you-
really up in his feelings.
Really?
I'm not trying to be that guy, but I'm about to be that guy. I'm just so upset with myself.
Wait,
I
hold up.
Oh my gosh.
Hold up. You really
Here we
can't
go,
believe
here we
this? Are
go.
you serious?
The botchery is real.
Oh god, dude.
Either I'm gonna
Die.
You what?
I'm about to destroy Jaya.
Why would you do that?
Alright.
I'm too much crap on text.
On text. You can't prove that.
Yeah.
I can prove that.
I need them
So-
receipts.
Exactly. See, you can only talk crap if you can only defeat me if you're playing Steve. Steve versus Terry. That's his one weakness, guys. If you're playing against this Steve, just switch to Terry. He practically just jumps off the
Oh,
map.
yeah.
Yes.
He's
I'm
like,
all
well,
for
I
that.
better not mine. I might as well just jump off. And then
That's a
if you
peanut
get it
butter.
in his head by telling him that you're his, like, hey, I'm yours. You're mine. You're mine.
Don't let him fool you like this.
Oh.
Oh, I gotta change my resolution. It's slow. Uh-oh.
That grenade.
That's not good.
Oh no.
My resolution is so bad right now.
Please choose your character.
Oh.
Oh man.
Ah!
Yeah.
Y'all really quiet right now. Y'all nervous? You should be.
Ah,
Reflecting. That's all.
Man, I'm never nervous when playing this game because I know I'm gonna lose. Like that. Anything better than
Yeah, don't do this.
Jay, what'd I do to you? What'd I do to you?
You're in the way.
I'm in the way. I
Grenades.
was on the opposite
Grenades.
side of
Hit
the
everything.
I was on the opposite side of the platform. You came over to me.
Taking up too much stage.
This level is just too small for what's going on right
It is
now.
so small.
Man, you guys are just a bunch of big complaining babies.
You are
Big
absolutely
baby.
You are absolutely right. And I'm proud of it.
So,
I'm proud of it.
And I'm over here playing
Right,
as
so-
DDD without any complaints.
Wait,
Yeah, so the guy
your
who's running
face
the
is a
server
baby.
on
How
Rack.
about that? Dan and JS just put it in at work. Good shit.
He's just a big gimmick. Ooh, so close.
Close, man.
Meant to do that. All part of the plan.
All part of the plan.
Oh my god.
Oh.
For first match, that wasn't bad. I got chance to resolution though. Way messing me up.
Oh man.
Every time I go on top of his spikes. Hey, I wasn't the bottom two. That means I get to stay. Will, no kills? None?
Nothing.
Man, that's
Nothing.
that's bad. That's some Peter level shit.
That right. I was like, that's the first. What's up with that?
He's out here looking like Great Jaya with his Incineroar. No kills.
That was my first time. I'll be okay. Trust me on that.
Okay.
Y'all about to get hurt.
I'm like, they about to feel all the pain, all that work. Yes.
My favorite part about that match was where Will did not kill me.
I couldn't help that you were standing by hitting those little spiky balls.
Did you guys see the part where I sucked up Bowser, turn around, and then spat it at him for the finish?
Yeah.
I saw the part where you completely ignored everybody else and attacked me.
Right.
That's what happens when you're the king. You can pick your
Right.
subjects.
Right. That's funny. Random, but I want some fucking chips. I don't have any, and I'm mad.
Because
Like,
I'm right in front of you. I got one.
I guess, cause like I'm
I'm gonna
hungry.
I should have gave you a bag of chips.
Yeah, you should have. Like, thanks a lot for not thinking about me. No, it's cool, but I don't know.
So, alright, now that I can stay here and focused on life, I have a couple things to say. Alright,
Okay.
so my problem is that I love the PS5. I love the Xbox Series. I'm a fan of both of them. However, none of them had games that were worth jumping over to.
Yeah.
None of them had any games that were worth jumping over to. And the crazy thing is that people really thought that when they got the PS5, they'd have a new experience. They're like, well, someone told me, someone's reasoning was, well, I got it because I want when I beat on my PS4 games, the load time was so much faster and it was so much better, the load time. Like, so you're telling me that the reason why you won't beat your campaign modes and your single player games is because the load times of your gaming speed. The reason why my good man, you are a lie and a cheat because you, my friend, if you had Knack and you haven't beaten Knack yet, that was a launch game for PS4. So how you saying that you needed a PS5 for the load time?
To be fair, the reason I haven't beat Knack is because Knack sucks.
What are you talking about? His Knack baby game of the year.
Knack baby.
Knack baby.
Knack 2 is a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece.
I've not played Knack 2.
Knack 2 wasn't that bad though. I heard Knack 2 wasn't that bad.
Knack 1 is brutal to get through. It was one of those games that like the game itself wasn't egregiously bad, but there's nothing fun about it. Like it's just so boring to play that I can't tolerate playing it. Like,
wow. So this goes to my point. Do you believe that these new, these new platforms these new platform characters have just lost their edge? Like, think about it. Like,
none of the games.
Crash Bandicoot, we're like, oh my gosh, make Crash Bandicoot 20. We're so excited. And it's like,
not 20.
Yeah, not 20.
It's gonna be amazing. There are no more new platformer characters that can be established because the gameplay is too shitty.
There's
and
just,
the creativity
there's
is just not there anymore.
There's just not
give me a
any
new
good
character in the new generation. That's besides Sackboy. Sackboy was the last one. Sackboy was the last one.
Sackboy was the last character that ended up being a platform mascot. Yeah, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
And there hasn't been
that one
out of the house.
There really hasn't been like a good. I mean, I guess there's also I keep getting booted from spectating, so enjoy the
I was having
lobby,
that issue
the
too.
lobby view, everybody. But yeah, I mean, like, because Xbox is still riding on Master Chief as a mascot, and like Halo games haven't been good.
Real.
Halo games haven't been good. Halo has had one good game since Halo 2. One.
Okay. I don't think console games should be trying to have mascots anymore.
I agree with
Nintendo had mascots, and they had like.
Why does America have the bald eagle, Magic? Why does America have the bald eagle?
Do they? Why they call it a bald eagle? He got feathers up and down. He ain't really bald. It's all a lie.
Right.
This is why we needed the mascot to prove its worth.
Right.
The worth of the system.
You need mascots to forward your agenda when it comes to getting more consumers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like
it's smart.
When did that
It's all marketing.
happen after the PlayStation?
What do you think of?
Sonic.
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 When you hear Sega CD, what do you think of?
Terrible gaming console.
So hold on, wait. That is kind of cheap because you can say any system with Sega in front of it, and Sonic is automatically going to be that. But mascots were so big then. Mascots lost their edge after the PlayStation era. I won't even say 3. I would say PlayStation 1.
Okay. Quit lying. Quit lying.
Quit lying.
Crash Bandicoot started in 1. I'll give you that.
Yes.
So what was his launch game that helped him push the PlayStation 2?
There have been no
God of War.
You said God of War. God of War is a little bit. I'll give you. Is God of War exclusive? Has God of War never went on any other thing?
Yeah, it's been a PlayStation exclusive.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think of when I hear PlayStation, I don't think of God of War. Is that even?
Then what are you doing? Then what are you doing? Drugs?
I mean, I don't either.
I don't
either.
Really?
I think of Crash Bandicoot before I think of God of War.
What are you doing? Say drugs. I'm done.
What are you doing?
Mister.
And you can't even.
No, I'm with Magic.
What was it?
The only PlayStation mascot that makes me think PlayStation is Crash Bandicoot. I don't think.
Yes.
When I think Kratos, I don't think PlayStation. I just think God of War.
No.
Spyro?
No, because
Spyro's there.
Spyro's close.
I never played a Spyro game, but I still think Crash.
Jack and Dexter, no, because
Spyro's like Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong, I think, is a mascot of Nintendo, but he's not like the first mascot I think of when I hear Nintendo.
He's like,
Plays Mario.
He's like the second string.
I think Mario. I think Zelda, and then Link.
That too.
And then I think
last so long. I think Nintendo doesn't last so long. Nintendo has made their profits off of their mascots. They immortalized their mascots.
They have. They did their mascots well.
More about like franchises.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah. So what's the difference between a mascot and a franchise character then? Mascot character, franchise character.
I don't think they're exclusively different.
Relatability.
That's
I would think when you think mascot, you thinking of somebody like we just said, the first person you think of when it comes to that console. Like you hear Nintendo, you immediately think Mario. You hear Sega, you think Sonic. You hear PlayStation, you think Crash Bandicoot.
Yep.
But when you think of franchises, then you'll start thinking about individual franchises to those consoles.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you would think Halo, you would think Master Chief to Xbox.
And that's the exact.
I will
point
give
that
you that.
make
I
with
will give you
Kratos,
Master Chief. So I guess Xbox era will be like my last. But I don't really think
PlayStation, and I think Final Fantasy.
But Final Fantasy started in Nintendo. Final Fantasy was exclusively Nintendo until 7. 7 is what ruined it.
Right.
7 is what ruined it.
I would have to agree with that. I definitely would have to agree.
Except it's also the one game that made
I
it
mean,
the
I
most
agree
popular
with you.
RPG series. So
Final Fantasy was not as popular in America until like 7 came out. But that's when and then it was like, okay, PlayStation, that was like one of the top 3 things you got on the PlayStation.
Right.
Yep.
Final Fantasy was definitely it's a franchise. Yes. I will go with the franchise argument on that.
Yep. Actually, I think that's 100% right, because like that's exactly how I feel about God of War as well. It's like, you know,
franchise series.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So, okay, so this is my next thing. So after hearing all this, what would be the like what could be the next system that would be coming out that would be like the next top, like the next 4, right? Like if Sega came back and made their own system, or like like we have a 4th Challenger system. Like, what would it be?
Atari just came out with something, but I don't think it's going to be anything.
No.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it's going to be anything that is competitive with what's out right now.
No, absolutely not.
They already tried. Remember, they already tried to make a console to throw their hat in the ring with Stadia, and Stadia was complete ass.
I thought that was Google.
That's a little bit different, because that's that's not
because they're not making anything new. They're just trying to create a platform that's more accessible.
Yeah, they're just trying to stream stuff. So I mean, really, they're more so trying to get into the arena of like PlayStation Now and Xbox Game Pass.
Yep.
But you remember at one point in time, the JM was supposed to come around, and you weren't going to be able to buy games unless you bought them brand new. Streaming services were going to take over consoles. That's why PlayStation had PlayStation Now and Xbox Live Game Pass for Xbox.
Right, and it still is likely going to happen.
But we're not. I don't think we're that.
We're not there yet.
If it didn't happen before, it's not going to happen now.
No, it'll happen.
I
think it's
gonna happen. I just don't think we're anywhere.
No, it 100% will happen. The thing is like it's a much cheaper option in terms of the individual, unless you're buying basically like one game. Well, unless you're buying basically, what does it work out to be? Because most of those streaming services are about somewhere between $10 and $15 a month. So you would have to go. You would basically have to buy more than 3 games a year for it to be
viable.
Well, no. In order for it to be cheaper for you to buy games, you have to buy less than 3 games a year. Which the vast majority of gamers don't do, right? They buy way more games than that. So in terms of the individual gamer, it is much cheaper of an option to just stream, use a streaming service. But it's also way more profitable for game developers and for system holders to have a streaming service, because it's guaranteed revenue on a month-to-month basis. So 100%, that is the direction that the gaming industry is trying to go and will likely go. Eventually.
The setup.
Oh my god.
I just held you and he smashed us both.
The primary
I think the next system is going to be a TV. It's going to be a TV system, or it's going to be some type of mobile interface system.
I mean, maybe.
It's just going to be
I think Pete is 100% right, because that's basically what like television and movies is turning into now.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I can't remember the last time I actually like physically rented a DVD. But I'll watch things on stream. I'll buy movies. I will buy movies digitally. Can't remember the last time I bought one.
I rented was Knives Out because I wanted to see it, but I didn't. I already had that free coupon for Redbox, and I just didn't want to pay money.
Amen.
Nice.
So we watched that.
Wow.
By the way, I liked that movie. I thought it was pretty awesome.
I thought it looked cool. I haven't seen it yet, but
I think the next system is going to
be like Clue. It's like if Clue was a movie.
Except Clue is a movie.
Said the next system is Clue. I was like, what?
But yeah, in terms of like that whole direction of systems, I think that's where it's going. It's just that the technology has been slowly developing. And like honestly, PlayStation Now has been out for a very long time and has been pretty consistent. I remember when it first came out, I was playing it on PS Vita, and it worked really well.
I love my Vita. I was a big Vita fan.
I'm so mad about how Sony just disrespected the Vita.
Discarded it.
Oh my god! Like,
the Vita it was really onto something.
It really was.
I thought the next system was gonna. I think the next system was gonna be a controller, which is why I think the Switch is doing so well as it is, because like this is where mobile gaming is going, and this is where TVs are going. This is where systems can't go anymore. So like you have to bring it with you. So like there's no other like if you think about it, Sony is not really a gaming company. They are an entertainment company. So like they're not here to make a video game. They're here to make sure that it makes their entertainment system worth it. So they're not thinking about gaming really.
No, yeah, that's totally true. I don't know about the whole mobile gaming aspect of things, just because like handheld consoles historically have never done super well.
But because of mobile gaming is going to make it possible, though. I think because of mobile gaming, the next console will be just a controller, and then you're going to just connect your phone to it, and all the power is going to be in the controller.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I appreciate where you're coming from with that, but like, I think
there is.
Go ahead, Magic.
No, I was just gonna say, because I think I know where you're going, and I kind of agree with you. I think the best thing that like where Will's coming from is, I think the accessibility of being able to play it on the go is the hugest selling point of it. But the technology, honestly, even if we have something that is super like portable and all that stuff, hardcore gamers are gonna want like graphics and power, and I don't think technology-wise we're quite there yet. We're super close, apparently. Well, I shouldn't say super close. We're decently close. The Wii is the Switch to prove that. But I think people are still going to be, when TVs and resolutions are getting as moving as fast as it is, that's still going to be a huge thing. That's going to be a selling point. And I don't know if portable gaming can create that yet.
See, like the golden age of handheld gaming was, you know, from the original Game Boy to the Game Boy Advance. Right? Like, I wouldn't even include the DS in that era. Like, the true golden age, in my opinion, was like really those old school handheld 8 to 16-bit games that you know were super easy and accessible to get into, mostly platformers or turn-based RPGs, and those things platformers aren't a thing anymore, and turn-based RPGs aren't a thing anymore, and so your only other option is to essentially have a console that is handheld, like the Switch, right? Or mobile phone games. So,
the only thing that I would combat that with, because I think you are right. I think handhelds, if we're looking at like a monetary, like how much money, how successful it was, and how many units it sold. Around that range that you said is extremely accurate. But I want to say that the outlier of that literally is probably Pokemon. When Pokemon came out for those first 2 to 3 generations, they sold like crazy. Everybody was on it.
Exactly.
My next question.
But not to go back, but like I do think Will is right though that in order to make something like that, some sort of mobile handheld gaming more viable, it would need to be something that basically does nothing and streams games. So I'm with you on that. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I mean, the way that people are playing Call of Duty on their phones,
exactly,
and like people are really into it. I'm like, at that point, like. The power's gonna be in the controller, because the console can only go so far until it becomes a PC.
Well, they already are PCs. You know what I mean? Do not be fooled. Your PlayStation 4 is a PC.
Yeah, true.
It is.
But we can't call it that because
computer. That's it.
I mean, it's pretty much like an Apple computer for gaming. So like, you know, like it's yes, it is, but then it's like. If it gets too high, people are gonna be like, "Why am I able to get a PC? What's the point of it then?" You know,
people already say that. That's the thing. That argument is already made. The difference is that a PC, I mean, you can. I personally think that PC is better bang for your buck, honestly. But, and you know, it's.
Since the person that knows computers, though, like most gamers don't have that intelligence to like. You know, like, hey, I want to press a button, I want to stream. hey, I want to put this game in, I want to play it. I don't have to learn how to put it in a system and go on the computer file and get an update. And then why isn't my game capture card working?
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you.
Right.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. That is truly the
learning curve is what the difference is.
Yeah, it's an accessibility.
Yeah, and the accessibility of a console is exactly the selling point of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like,
I would agree with that.
if you made a PC that has the equivalent capabilities of a PS4, it costs you like, you could probably do that for maybe $500. And the thing about it is that you're 100% backwards compatible forever.
Yeah.
Like,
but that ruins them. That ruins them though as well.
I'm not sure why you would say that, but
I mean, think about it. Like, think how many remastered editions, remastered collectors, just gamers definition that you always buy. Like, you would never actually need anything else.
I mean, sure, but they still sell like hotcakes on PC.
True.
PC gamers are like the epitome. They're like the epitome of I want the best graphics humanly possible. Like, just go look at how many graphics mods there are for Skyrim. Like,
yeah,
that's ridiculous.
You could literally spend just weeks picking out graphical mods for Skyrim to make it look as beautiful as humanly possible. Like,
yeah.
But anyway, I totally sidetracked your the next thing you wanted to talk about.
No, it's cool. I was just gonna talk about how earlier me and Jaya actually made a video for NQ Gamers, and this is kind of hits one of the spots in Unity that we haven't talked about yet, that we're going to be having talks and debates on. It's about gaming culture. And I feel like, what's your perception of gaming culture today, and how you think it will evolve, knowing that it's starting to create more of an esports league, and it's becoming more competitive in schools and colleges. And I'm wondering, like, do you think gaming culture will actually change because it's being more social? Or do you think it'll just kind of never really be touched because it's a part of fandom rather than actual societal normalcy?
That's a good question.
And then just holding his face, I gotta know.
I don't know. I think gaming culture is kind of. I don't think there's a one answer, because I think there's so many different genres and different cultures within it and subcultures. But I do think that, I don't know, because I feel like normally I would say it's not, you can't really just, say one thing and encompass all aspects of it. But at the same time, I think it's part of the internet. I mean, it's kind of almost based off the internet, having like internet gaming and all that. So there is, I mean, it's a super complicated question that I feel like you would really need to talk about one subject to get like a somewhat kind of decent answer.
I mean, I can break it down to make it more direct and easier.
I got an opinion, but I don't think people are gonna like it.
Yeah, because you were ready to combust.
Hit us with it. Hit us with it.
The air in your lungs, stop.
Would it be?
I think there needs to be context to any answer that is given. I don't think any answer is necessarily wrong, but I don't think you can give an answer and think that it can completely coincide with every single aspect of quote-unquote gaming culture, of the gaming world, or anything like that.
So, Poof,
like,
what's your
I've seen plenty of good and I've seen plenty of bad, and that's only in a very, very small bubble.
Right.
And that's, from, like, as a viewer of the streaming community, as a person who played competitively, fighting game community, in a very local-based fighting game community. in the sense that like people always played face to face. They didn't really have an online community. Just to like friends and just regular and playing with regular people and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think whatever answer is given, there just needs to be context to it.
So, Poof, what's your allegedly super inflammatory?
Yeah, I do want to hear this.
Right.
Gaming culture as a whole is becoming the new cash cow. It's what everybody's trying to do to make money off of it. If you look at the pandemic, sales of video games have increased since we're all stuck in house. There's nothing else to do. More streaming pages and companies, as more streaming pages have been created than any other thing during the entire time during the pandemic. That's all people wanted to do.
I'd argue podcasts, but go ahead.
Yeah, right.
I think a lot of that, like from what he's saying, I think is true. I think there's an increase. I think podcasts as well, YouTube channels as well, small businesses as well. But not to take away from your comment, I do think that stuff is kind of growing at an exponential rate right now.
The moment they start offering esports as an actual course in college, that's when it became a cash grab.
Wow.
Because now they're esports teams in schools, and they're using money for it, and you're making money off kids. This 100% to me encompasses what the NCAA does, and nobody acknowledges it. The NCAA cashes out on their student athletes, and they get nothing out of it. A potential to go pro. That's it. And a free ride to the school. Like, I got here on my athletic ability, not what I can do for your school, what I can do for your team. And now you're making all this money off me. You're selling jerseys with the number that I wear, but not my name. And
you're paying education, son.
I was going to say, you cannot undermine the aspect of going to school for free.
Yes, but I also got shot at for 4 years, and I go to school for free.
That is
true.
That is true.
I got shot at 4 years. I got shot at for 4 years.
First, try the game.
But they're getting shot at allow you to go to school for free.
Somewhat decent, My bad.
I mean, there is some truth to your argument, Magic, that education is. I mean, I personally think education is the most important thing for everybody. Like, you can't, no matter what happens
in the ideal world, yes.
Well, no, period. Because no matter what happens to you, if you go bankrupt, if the man comes and takes your house away from you, he can't take away the things you've learned. Literally not possible.
That is true.
Right? So education is...
You ain't feeding your family off of the things you learned physically.
Right.
You can't say, I know 2 + 2 is 4. Eat that.
Right. Exactly. Well, that's my point, though. Like, they can't take that away. But, that being said, there's also plenty of evidence that shows that there are tons of student athletes that don't even show up to classes. They are just...
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, like,
Again, that is true. That's very true.
The education thing is like, yeah, I'm with you, but also kind of not. So...
Okay, well, let me put it this way.
You can't go to school, though, because you're tired from making the commitment to the sport.
I mean, yes, that is true.
It's a full-time job.
That is true, but there's also, again, plenty of evidence that, like, some of the major programs, this is especially true in football, that, yes, it is essentially a full-time job, and they are expected to do way too much. But, like, schools have been found to just forge documents like, oh yeah, this kid took the class and showed up and got an 80%.
Little asthma, really?
Got like an 80% on their final, and they weren't ever even in the class to begin with, right? Like, they just said they were in a class that they weren't in. That kind of stuff, which is not the same as just, oh, they're expected too much. That's straight up just fraud. But and that is
a systematic problem. I will agree with that.
Right. That is certainly not the majority, to be fair, but it is a problem.
It is a problem. But that doesn't mean that the core concept of your athletic ability being so high that we'll give you a free ride to come to our school so you can play for us is in itself flawed.
Agreed.
Like, it's very few, I would assume. I mean, I can't act like I know. I haven't done research. But I've known of some people, and I've known of some actual athletes who actually did, pay like go to classes, decide to, they knew what major they wanted to do, whether it was like business or whatever, and on top of learning or playing football, they actually got some type of education that helped them prepare themselves so that when they did go pro, they still had something to fall back on, financially for the education that they got.
For sure.
But no, you are right. I don't want to give system has corrupted itself, I guess.
Yeah, I don't want to give the impression that that's the majority either, because I don't even. I don't even think it's close to like. It's such a small fraction, but it does happen.
It definitely does. I had a real close friend that used to play football for Bowling Green when I was there for like the first 2 years, and then his foot got injured, so he stopped playing football. But he used to tell me that exact same thing. Rarely ever had to go to class.
Right.
It was just football all the time. He still had free time. Like he still got to do whatever he wanted to do on a regular daily basis if he wasn't, practicing or anything like that. And quote unquote, they're not like paid athletes, so they're not supposed to get money. But he was still getting money to do whatever he wanted. So he was still getting paid, even though it was quote unquote not really being paid. Right. So there is definitely like some
I think that's very much
funny business that goes on to kind of like benefit them to
for sure
just focus on the sport.
And I think that depends on the individual situation of the school and the individual athlete too. But because there's also horror stories of like athletes who couldn't afford to go home for a family funeral or something, and like them just not being allowed to do anything because their coaches couldn't help them because it's literally illegal. So but yeah, I mean, all that being said, I totally agree with Poof's main point of like it is a cash grab. Like you said, that's exactly.
But yeah, you're right.
That's like you said though. That's exactly the same as any sport.
I mean, without sports, a lot of these colleges wouldn't even be financially able.
100%.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
100%.
Yeah.
It's just that if I'm an athlete for your school or whatever, and this is something that bothers me. Like I remember reading about the guy who went to, I think it was UCF, a college in Florida. He had a YouTube channel, and they wanted him to stop his YouTube channel because he was making money off of it.
Right. Absolutely.
I remember, like he's actually a very popular YouTuber right now named Destroy. I remember reading that article, and then they still bring it up to this day. Well, like certain things have changed from the NCAA, but not 100%.
Right.
And it's going to be like that with esports. Like there are even high schools now with esports teams, small esports teams. And the thing that doesn't make any sense to me, like, okay, these kids are going to compete for cash prizes. You can't say, oh, it's just for a trophy. There's no way it's just going to be for a trophy. You want to be nationally recognized for your skill set. Let's be honest here. The moment that people like Ninja start pulling down multi-million-dollar deals with these companies, that's when gaming started to go to shit. It wasn't about you enjoying yourself anymore or creating a nice product for somebody. It was about how much money can I make off of you? Period. And a prime example is Epic. Fortnite was a free game, and 95% of their revenue came from people buying dumbass dances and skins.
Right.
The moment they figured that out, they came out with battle passes, which I'm guilty of buying battle passes for Call of Duty because they lock guns behind it. And then I think 2K is probably the worst company when it comes to that. Take-Two Interactive, who owns 2K, is the worst company behind it, because literally you lock your skill set, like player skill set, on making your player better behind having a certain amount of money. It's bad enough that the parents spent $59.99 or $62.62 on this damn game. Now got to drop another $100 for your player to be good. Do you enjoy yourself? Because you don't want to put in the work. I'm sorry. When I was a kid, if you play NBA Jams, if you got your ass beat by the Pistons, you got your ass beat by the Pistons. This was nothing you could do about it. Either you got better at the game or you didn't.
Okay, this goes my next question, though. This goes my next question.
Yeah, I think that's a different topic, though.
No, like that's another thing about the skill level of gamers. Have gamers really gotten better, or have they just been able to be like coddled. Like you said, Poof. Like back in the day, if someone whooped your ass with Sub-Zero, you had to learn just how to beat that nigga. I mean, sorry, you had to beat that person. So my thing is like you had to actually have the skill. Nowadays, if you're mad about it, you can just complain. Oh, there's an update. Here's Tekken 5.6. Like, why do I need 5.6? Like, what was going on that bad? Were gamers getting that good where they could actually like be like, hey, you gotta change the game because it's no longer difficult? Or was it like, or did they really learn? Or was it the fact that like they just complained and it wasn't, and they would lose its sales because only one character was getting that good?
I feel like.
Well, I think that's another case-to-case scenario. Because older games don't really have updates. Newer games do. I'll agree with you. But there's still people, there's dedicated communities that do both, that play both, and things kind of do change. So these newer games, Tekken, Street Fighter, that have updates, they'll find things that are quote-unquote broken, and it gets changed because people make enough of an uproar. Did it happen? Probably not. But on that same note, go play Melee. Go play Smash Melee competitive. And find out why there's only 3 or 4 like characters that everyone in that whole game.
Right.
Well, I consider those outliers.
You consider those outliers?
As in the game Melee is an outlier.
Every game has an outlier. Every game has its own outlier of character use. So like there has to be one best character. There has to be one worst character.
Yeah.
There has to be,
True.
There has to be.
True.
And unfortunately, you play the game long enough where you realize this is the situation, which is why there's like always people say, oh, we try to balance the characters as possible. It's not possible to do that.
No, you're right. You're right.
You know, like that's like saying everybody's created equal and everybody does the same job right. If I have 100 janitors doing the same job, it's going to be cleaned differently. And unfortunately, we can't sit here and be like, the game is fair. No, like just it ends up being the player, and we find out, and you learn, and you adapt to that. That's it.
I think that is actually a really good point. But at that same, a game could still be like, I don't want to say completely even, but still be fair. But there is like a difference between someone being like overpowered, as in they're better, like higher tier list, and then there's broken, where like the gameplay is just you have so many benefits, and everyone else really just has so many weaknesses that like the tier list in the game is just way off. There's like S tier with like 1 or 2 characters, and then there's barely even an A tier, and then it's just like B tiers, C tiers, and but I mean, I don't think you experience that too much now in these games because, like you said, there's updates, and when people have to, or when people have the ability to complain, and people developers can update the game, like things get changed, people get better, and it's a constant. It's just a constant like evolving game that you have to learn every time you play, basically. So I think players are getting better. I think
gamers are getting better too because they can access like game hacks.
Yeah.
They get the access to information on how to play this character.
Yep.
How to learn this character. So like the learning
brain data.
The knowledge.
No one knew brain data back in the 90s.
Right. The knowledge you can get. Obviously, you have to get the technique and everything, and you have to play it out. But even still, like people can find gimmicks a lot quicker, and they can use a gimmick to get them ahead faster. You know what I mean? So that goes along with people like. A lot of times people play games to break them a lot of times. They try to find out what's broken in the game so they can exploit that. Which is why games have to get patched and nerfed and all that stuff. So it's like, because people are able to do that, or people like have that mindset, like, let's find out what's broken in this game. I think that makes gamers better as a whole, even though you're obviously breaking a game to do it.
Yeah.
But then like, I hate to say this, but like, is it really the gamers or is it the collaborative gaming community that use like? I can tell when I'm fighting, and I'm finding someone that plays it with.
Hold up, who makes up the collaborative gaming community?
Gamers.
All right then, that just answered your question for you. It's the gamers.
No. Actually, the game developers and creators. they send out to the beta testers. They send it out to like professional gamers, and those gamers disseminate that. They create their own community that they want. They want people to break it so that when you fix it, it lets them know that people are responding to their product, which makes them want to keep going, which gives them more longevity in the game.
Sure.
Because nowadays a gamer spends what 6 to maybe 5 to 6 months maybe playing a new game before they get another one. When it used to be like you play a game for like maybe a year or at least 8 to 12 months.
Yeah, but you're talking about two wildly different markets now. You're talking about a market from, you know, the 90s where the vast majority of households didn't have gaming consoles to 2020 where the vast majority of households have a gaming console. So it's not an equal apples to apples comparison, right? You're talking about two totally different scenarios.
So for me, I feel like
I think as far as skill gaps, like talking about whether or not gamers have got better, you have to call people what they are. There are some people who are dedicated gamers who will learn like a character, learn the frame data, and sit there and learn technique. But then you have people who just look for exploits to be assumed as good.
For sure.
Like prime example, you know as good as well as I know, when we were growing up, like double dribble, if you were going to the right, if you can shoot that corner three, you will never miss. Tecmo Bowl, if you got Bo Jackson, you could not stop Bo Jackson no matter what.
Right.
But then as you got older, like you started noticing other things, like it was kind of like cheap or dirty moves to use over and over again. Like you got in Bison and got somebody in the corner, I can keep sliding you to death and you can't get up.
Right.
Or
they do things to kind of get rid of people to do exploits and try to force you to get more skilled in the game. But I mean, like, there's no way for you not to get rid of the cheese moves or moves that get over abused. Like, I play 2K casually, and I can't stand the fact that people use the same 6 moves for the past 12 years. And they refuse to do anything about it. Like I've firsthand been at Twitch conference and met Mike Wang personally. I said, you know, I enjoy playing 2K, but my main issue with it, why I eventually stopped playing the game after 3 or 4 months, is because y'all refuse to acknowledge that defense is a real thing in basketball. Yeah, I get it. Steph Curry can shoot from half court with his fucking eyes closed and the wind blowing. Yeah, I get it. But that's not realistic to everybody. Not everybody does that. That's just his rare instance. LeBron can dunk on, I don't know, you can put a 12-foot person in front of the hoop and LeBron's going to dunk on him. But that's one person's instance. That's not every created character that can be ever invented. And then you have some people who are just that great at fighting games that they can't be beaten. I've watched like Fox play Mortal Kombat, and I was like, how the fuck is he doing that?
Yeah.
How does he do this? How does he do that? And yeah, there are some people who sit there and learn and take hours and hours out of the game to do it, but most gamers growing up, they don't want that. They just want the acknowledgement the fastest way possible. What can I do that you can't stop me from doing until they patch it?
So would you say, like, I made this argument before, but I feel like the gaming community, especially the fighting community, has become like programmed. In a sense, like, you're only as good as the last YouTube you watch. Like, if you don't master your YouTube videos, then you really can't be competitive.
I agree. 100%. Because until I started watching, what the fuck is the guy's name? Until I started watching Staycation, I fucking sucked at Apex. I enjoyed it, but I sucked at it. I would never get any wins. Now, out of every 10 matches, I might get 3 wins. And then I'll go back and watch something else he done, or watch another professional play it and learn and see what they do. Like, I even went as far as, I think I mentioned this before, I hired an Apex coach. Somebody who's a professional at the game to teach me how to get better. That's because I honestly wanted to learn how to get better. I didn't want to say, okay, what's the best gun? What's the new meta? Who's the best character to use possibly as a legend? I didn't do that. I had a character who I liked, Caustic, and I wanted somebody to teach me how to be better with it. That was all it was.
Yeah.
But other people, all right, I'm going to use what everybody else is using because that's the only way to be good. Like, I'm going to hide in this hallway with this shotgun for the 32nd match in a row because I know someone has to run down this hallway eventually. Or I'm going to play Smash against my little brother and his friends online, and I want to stay over here in the corner with Bowser, and I'm going to blow fire as soon as you touch the edge of the map.
Hey, don't talk about Bowser.
Not taking
don't talk about it. Lieutenant Dan.
I feel like there's some.
Dan.
I feel like there's some rage, pent-up rage there that we're directing at Dan.
We love you, Lieutenant Dan. Don't listen to him.
I feel like that was very personal. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying though.
And I hate to say it, but like when me and Lieutenant Dan used to be really competitive at Soldier of Fortune, which is like one of like the first biggest multiplayer games, like there were no like YouTube, so like you just had to like play as much as you could, find people that have like practice server maps, and like you just had to like find the people and challenge them one-on-ones for a really long time. And now it's like, now it's like I guess like the relationship has changed so much, and you have professional gamers that'll teach you now and everything, but it's just like what happened to the art of like, I don't know. I feel like the art of gaming is like almost like lost in the competitive spill. Like I don't know. Like I feel like there's an art to gaming and then there's like a competitive to gaming. Like I feel like there is a separate thing of that. And I feel like one is maybe losing the other. I could be a little critical though.
I also
What
question.
You getting your ass beat. You like, all right, I'm sick of this happening.
I feel like to some extent that we're all just kind of like mad that things aren't the way they were when we had to deal with it though. Like
yeah,
like
I think
true,
yeah.
like because
I think that is part of it.
So, no, I actually think that's the majority of it, to be quite frank, because truly I think the average gamer does still go through that experience. It's just that now we have, hosted servers. We don't have to find people because the game finds people for us, right? We don't have to deal with the stupid minutia that we used to have to deal with in the gaming world, because game developers have fixed that sort of thing. They've realized that was a problem and eliminated it as a problem. So yeah, it's true that it's easier nowadays for anybody to get into gaming and try and figure it out. And it is also true that there are more people nowadays that take the easy route, right? Because there are more people gaming.
Exactly.
So I don't think it's changed all that much, to be totally honest. I think it's very similar to what it used to be. It's just that there's a bigger player base nowadays. And so you run into those people more frequently because there's just more of them because there's more people playing the game. So I don't know. I don't think things have changed all that much. I think the vast majority of gamers still try to figure things out for themselves, and I think the majority of gamers aren't trying to be hyper competitive. They want to be good enough to have fun at something, and so they're trying to do the thing that will make them not feel like they're terrible at a game and be able to enjoy it.
True.
Yeah. I think that is a super good point. And just to piggyback off that, I also think a lot of us, at least if we played, in the 90s and early 2000s, we have this big fish in a small pond complex that we're not like really realizing. Right. Like when you used to play back in the day, you played couch
with your group
competitive.
Of friends.
So you played with people you definitively knew. If there were 7 of you that played and you were the best, you literally just felt like you were the best at the game.
Right.
Now you can play with anyone around the world. So you used to be the best, and now you're getting beat 9 out of 10 times. Whatever beats you is going to seem like the cheapest thing in the world. Rarely will you get beat and be like, you know what? Those 7 Hadoukens in a row, that was just good strategy. Like, that's not going to ever be the case.
Donkey Kong or Bowser, right?
That's a good point. You play online now, and it's like, oh, that's how the game is played.
Oh
yeah,
so that's literally what happened. Like, so during the 24-hour streaming, I was playing my friend. We were playing Tekken. He was whooping me, and I was like, I don't really try in Tekken, but I know if I did try in Tekken, I would be really amazing. I'm like, I'm not really into it because I don't like the whole juggling thing. So, right. But so for me, like, I'm just watching him play, and I figure out his pattern because I'm an old school gamer. So like, you beat me enough, I figure out your pattern. I forgot the weaknesses.
Download them.
Okay, so I figured it out. But then I was like, why don't you go online? Because everybody's too good. I'm like, well, if you're fighting me whooping my ass, getting mad at me for whooping my ass,
right?
Then why wouldn't you go online to figure out how good you are? And then why wouldn't you get better knowing that you can't play online? I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, so you're gonna sit here and whoop my ass and get mad at me for not being better? Like, that
that's whack. That's whack for sure. But I mean, I think there is something to be said about like some people don't want to be competitive. They don't want to get better. They just want to enjoy the experience of playing the game, right? So like, you know, like
that was like I was like, with Smash I'm a little competitive, but then I learned like I actually do better when I'm not competitive. Because I'm not actually just thinking about the stock. I'm thinking about the art of my movement in my playing. Like, I'm not thinking. I mean, I used to be that frame dude in Smash. I used to be that guy. That got boring. Like, it took away the fun of the game.
Right. And, like, you know, I'm not competitive in Smash. I'm not good at it. And to be quite frank, I don't want to get good at it. Like, I just like playing Smash with people, you know?
And I feel like that whole, like, you got to be competitive. You got to be a competitive. Like, it's like if you focus on being competitive, you'll actually never be competitive enough. That's the funny thing. Most people that are like actually really good at it are good at it because they genuinely just love the game.
Right?
Yeah,
that is true.
Like
I love Smash on 64, but it's like you can't play that online, and I don't know a lot of people that play it. So it's like, well, I'll just play Smash Ultimate with people online. Like it's just easier.
Right. My favorite was with the Wii U version. That was my favorite.
Ooh. Really?
Yeah.
Does this not feel like I never really played the Wii U version.
Yeah,
whoever that did that. Oh my god.
You're welcome.
Oh man, when they took away Snake though.
Yeah, which is
bunk. Oh yeah, does this not like
breaking stuff? Look at her.
I just always assumed that Ultimate was basically the Wii U version, just with more characters.
It wasn't charging. My thing shut off, like the battery.
No, I saw her. She said, "God damn it!"
Right.
she threw her cereal bowl on the wall. I was like, "God."
She threw her cereal. Nice hit.
You know, I also think that gaming companies go out of their way to try to make things easier for casual gamers because they say, we want as many people possible as playing our game.
Well, yeah, I mean they're a company. They want to make
there are
profit.
super competitive people, but we want people who are just casual to keep playing it because those people bring more money than people who are competitive. People who are competitive stick to the same things that they know and love. People who are casual will try different things and try using this character. Oh, I like this character now. We buy this cosmetic thing for this character. So I think game companies do try to slant themselves sometimes towards casual gamers.
100%.
And that's why I believe they release patches and buffs and nerfs to certain characters or guns or abilities or something like that.
100%.
I think Pokemon Sword and Shield is a good example of that because it's not a hard game, but it's easy to get into.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
then the hardcore gamers are like, I wish Pokemon Sword and Shield was harder, but it's like, well, this is made for kids, so no.
Right. And like the truth is they're still businesses. Like they gotta turn a profit. If these businesses don't turn a profit, you're not gonna see any more games. So
yeah, that's true. You gotta
About they didn't like. Why don't you have the original 151 in New Sword and Shield? Because it's done. That's done. We're done. That was 20 years ago.
Right.
Let it go. Like I want the. Where's I'm like, dude. Like it's okay for it to not be here anymore. Like,
yeah. Like you wanna try to catch like 900 some Pokemon. Like
absolutely.
Like you don't have time for that. You have to go to work. You don't have time for work. Like that's okay. Like your kids need you. Your kids need you. And like it's like. It's okay, my guy, and like I'm just and I love the new Pokemon game. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm upset though because I just don't. I missed the Pokemon where they started like doing the whole like Super Saiyan Pokemon shit where it's like now you're like this big gigantic mascot Charizard. It's like what is this? Like what is it again? And then like I was the guy that I didn't follow the whole fairy steel. I'm like steel and rock. It's the same fucking thing. It's a rock. It's sediment. I was like, what's this going, man? And I was like, all right, fine. Let me get. I'm like, what's Fairy Week 2? light? Isn't it very light? What the fuck? I was like confused by that. So you know, I was a little upset about that. You know, but overall, I got over myself, and I just enjoyed the game for what it was.
Right.
And I was like, it's a good Pokemon.
Now I gotta play Spider-Man. It's a Black Lives Matter mural in Spider-Man, and I haven't found it yet. Now I gotta go play Spider-Man.
You gotta go find it.
Oh god! See, this is I'm getting started on this. I saw that and I got so upset. Oh my god!
Now I have to go find it.
Oh, in the video games, like, can we take real life away from video games? I would love that. Like,
we can't because video games are a reflection of our times. That has been a historical truth.
Yeah, I just want to play a game without any political stuff that's involved. Like, I want to escape from that. So now I got to enter a game and there's a virtual Black Lives Matter meeting, or they're going to talk about Trump and all that. I don't want that shit. I just want to enjoy the moment.
Well, you got to play Tetris then. So I don't know.
Do something with that shit too. Jeez, man.
My thing is this, like, I'm glad they did that. I'm glad they acknowledge it. But, like, here's my problem. Is if we keep focusing on the current, oh my god, I just look
okay.
on the thing that actually is like oppressing us in every single game. We might end up being like CW, where like the whole plot destroys itself because they're trying to make a point. And like and I hate that because I'm a big CW fan, but like it got so watered down, the story did, when they tried to make sure they hit every point possible that was happening in humankind. And I was like, it'll like if you had time and money, everything will come out right, but like they didn't have that time and money. So like they just had to put everything in there, and it was like the world's ending, but first let's make love. It's like, dude, like the Flash has destroyed the universe. You do not have time to feel you guys boning right now. Like we don't got time for that. And it's like,
nah, that's what I tuned in for.
Like, yeah, I was like, I guess that's what's going on now. Like, all right,
right,
cool. Right. So I don't know. Like, I just hate when like just entertainment in general becomes so fixed on making the point that it's so remedial looking that it actually looks terrible because it's not natural. Like it's just like that. Actually, I like what is it, Fear of the Walking Dead, and how they had this gay couple, but they made them like actually like normal. What I mean by that is like, yo, like these two people are just together and they're trying to live in a pandemic. Like this, and it's like, okay, I get it. It wasn't like, Fabio, where are you going? I don't have my lip gloss. What am I gonna do? Like, it's like, no, like we have to live. We have to survive. I love you. Let's make this happen. And it was like, let's just keep it made it more real. It made it like actually like, wow, there's actually relationships, and they actually focus on living. Right. Like, besides like making it so like saturated in all these stereotypes, it was like, yo, let's just make it real and quit talking about it like this. Like, and I just feel like gaming has to be a reflection because it has to. Unfortunately, gaming has to have some type of educational, social component because it's kids that are being conditioned by it. Okay. But then it's like, well, how far does that go? Because it's like, well, does that mean is that why all these white kids are destroying schools and doing all these? You know, is that FPSs are creating kids to be more desensitized? I don't know. Do you think so?
Most studies would say no. But, you know.
But ever since this pandemic ended, have you seen any school shootings?
No, I haven't heard a single bit.
Have you seen any kids, white kids kill their families or go in the neighborhoods and kill people?
Nope. Yes and no. I've heard.
So what are they doing now? They're just playing Warzone a lot? Is that what's going on?
They're just playing video games.
So, yeah, there have been, in the last 3 days, there have been 3 school shootings.
What? Wow.
So, just because you don't hear it on the news, don't mean it's not happening.
It's not happening. Right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
So, my question is, how much should video games socially condition its gamers? How much right should they have over that?
I mean, how much should any media product have over that?
Can you really consider gaming a part of entertainment media?
What is it if it isn't?
I mean, like, could you say like so then let's answer me this. What is the Fox News of gaming?
What did I walk into?
The Fox News of gaming. That's
yeah, Magic. We talking about things today.
All right,
the Fox News of gaming.
So the real answer is that again, you're not making a 1-to-1 comparison, but to humor that question, I'm gonna say Call of Duty.
Oh wow! Really?
Yeah, for sure. Wow. It's not even remotely close to a real representation of the world, and it's generally full.
The Cold War happened. The Cold War happened.
The Cold War. Yeah, the Cold War did
it happen to the extent of the game?
Yeah, that's my point. There's the things that Fox News talk about do happen generally. They're just not even remotely close to the way that Fox News says they happened.
Yeah.
That's my answer, and I'm sticking to it.
All right. What would be the CNN? What would be the CNN?
Okay, the CNN. Ooh, that's a good question. I gotta think of something equally inflammatory, like Fortnite. Fortnite is the CNN.
What? That is rebellious of you to say that.
I said it had to be equally inflammatory.
He's just saying it because he doesn't like Fortnite.
Exactly.
Nice.
Right. You sounded like Fox News right there, buddy.
Nice.
Oh. Now, all right.
I'll have a give an answer. I guess that question was too much.
I gotta think about this.
No. God damn it.
Riot Games. Riot Games is the CNN of the gaming world.
Ooh. Let me get their catalog up.
Because that's League of Legends is their big thing. Because it's mostly superfluous, and when they do shit wrong, they like to blame other people. Or pretend it never happened.
So, going back to the first question, then, what? So, as you're saying that ridiculousness, my thing is, do game developers have an obligation to socially condition their gamers because of the age bracket?
Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
An author doesn't have a societal condition to condition their readers. Nor do TV producers or movie producers. It's never been a requirement of anybody else. The only reason that we even think about that is because video games are interactive, right? The player actually takes a role. Whatever the game might be, they're actually interacting with the media. So it is a little bit different because of that. But the truth is, it's still some sort of entertainment media to be consumed. And the truth is that requirement to socially condition kids is the responsibility of the parents.
100%.
That sounds that, and I think that's why we have school shootings. So my thing is,
Wow!
Because the moral story is that
dude,
parents suck, and I hate to say that I'm a parent, and I can honestly say parents suck as far as like what we can guard our kid all day.
But you shouldn't. That's the thing, right? And this is easy for me to say as not a parent and somebody who never wants to be a parent. But like,
he doesn't want to have any more bread.
That's right. Let's be honest. It's better for the world if I don't. It's better for the world if I don't. But truthfully, like, think about all the experiences you've learned from in your life. The vast majority of them were probably painful experiences. Like, getting hurt is not innately a bad thing. It can make you into a better person. So I'm not saying like you should go out and be like, break my leg, it's gonna make me better. No. That's not what I'm saying. Don't do that. But like,
I was definitely about to call BK, but hey, can you break my leg tomorrow?
Right.
But like, you can't just like shield yourself from everything forever. You know, sometimes hard experiences are truthfully good for you to grow as a person. So it's important to protect your kids, but it's also important to make sure they realize that they're not always, sometimes they're going to get hurt, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Can't protect them the whole time. Part of growing up is falling and getting back up.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, I found it. In 2 minutes. That's terrible.
Nice.
Really, it's just on every wall in the city, and you just haven't been paying attention.
No, it's only on one wall in the city. You have to unlock it.
Nice.
Oh, you see once again, that is social conditioning, right?
You don't know my life, Will.
That is really psychological conditioning. You have to unlock this thing to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do this thing to be a part of this movement. Oh, why do I have to work to be a part of this movement? Why can't I just find it on the building? Shouldn't it just be on the building like every other sign and symbol? You see what I'm saying? Like that was a conditioned response. And so like those little bits of things literally change the development of your own self-concept. And your self-concept is asking, who am I? Why am I here? And what type of impact am I making on others? And what type of impact are they making on me? And a lot of people, especially playing games, are typically in isolated behaviors. And so for them to feel like that, they feel a sense of inclusion after they actually do this thing. And then they post about it and then like, I'm here, I'm finally here, I did it. You know, like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but like, at what level is it filtered so that it becomes unhealthy? Because like, unfortunately, the moment you give a child a cell phone, you have to give them the talk. And I hate to say it, but when my clients come in and they're talking to me about their teenager, and I'm like, when should we have the sex talk? When should we have the talk? When should we? I'm like, well, do they have a phone? Like, yeah, okay, you should talk to them about it. Like, but my kid, he's 6. Well, you need to give him the phone.
Well, yeah, don't give him the phone then.
Yeah,
Problem solved.
Right.
I was like, because I'm like, at the end of the day, like, if you don't show him, the other person will show him on the phone and teach them how to do all the history, all the chats, how to delete them all, how to do everything that you're doing to your phone right now because you know you can't show your kid that.
Yep.
So my thing is like, it's time to show him now. Yeah. And they're like hurt by that. And I'm like, but at the end of the day, you can go on GTA 5 and be a unicorn that fucks a stripper. So I don't know. Like, I don't know.
I don't got the answers.
Right.
Balance.
Right.
So like, I just wanted some balance and some reciprocity, and understand that there's a responsibility for game developers. There is, because the interaction of it all. If I teach you how to play dodgeball and I put you in a dodgeball game, I'm telling you the learning curve is going to be different, and the attitude is going to be so much different.
So,
I can tell you all about rap music, but I can tell you about rap music, but until you smoke that trap weed, you are not gonna be. I'm telling you, man, you're not gonna do it.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
You ain't Gucci.
I'm with you on the aspect of like, game developers and any media content creator, right? Is they have some sort of capability to influence people. I'm with you on that. I'm not with you that it is inherently their responsibility to make sure it's fit for all audiences, you know?
Left when we have the RSD keyboard around. Nigga, is that salt?
Yes, that's salt.
What's he making?
Leave me alone.
What's he making?
Nigga, is that salt?
Right.
What's he making?
Anyway,
what's he making?
Did anybody counter argument you yet? I'm ready.
Oh, Ken.
Hold on.
No, he's about to disagree with me. He is about to disagree with me right now.
Before we get to that, I gotta know what Magic's making.
Oh, I'll make some popcorn. That's all. Little poppy.
All right.
That's it today. Nothing too crazy.
I was hoping
there will be more bread on the menu.
I was gonna say I was hoping for some bread.
I gotta make bread for Thanksgiving, so next Monday something will be made. I'm sure of it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh my God!
That's what I'm talking about.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yes.
No, but I want to hear this. Yeah, I want to hear this.
We have to donate to get you to do a cooking stream.
Oh God!
You're streaming, and I just talk about it, and I just ask you questions about it.
Yeah, dude. How much do we got to do?
And my fire alarm will go off. It'll be great.
Yes. It's all part of the plan, like
What's
great
that orange light behind you? Help! You run past the camera, fire on his arm.
Right.
Dude, just stand across somebody. We don't know where you are.
Right. I'm like, I'm just watching this shit show. Let's do this. Oh boy.
I mean, being a content creator and being on Twitch and having what I say and what I've done scrutinized and saying that I'm influencing younger generations and they're going to mimic my behavior. First off and foremost, your child shouldn't be watching me because I was an 18 and up stream only. That's why I came on late at night. And when I was confronted with this, with the lady who had the argument, with people from Twitch, all on this conference call, and the lady said, "Well, you shouldn't be doing those things on stream." I said, "Ma'am, I'm gonna tell you something all the way honest. I'm gonna tell you something all the way honest with you." She said, "I said, okay, I'm a Navy vet, and I said when I was a kid, my mother told me never to watch Beavis and Butthead. She hated the show. She hated the idea of it. She said it was a bad influence. She said, yeah, I watched that show anyway."
Yes, same here.
Like, and I said, and I got rightly in trouble for watching the show anyway. And she said, yeah. I said, you can tell your child all day long not to watch the show. I said, eventually they're going to watch it. But at the beginning of my stream, I tell your child, do not do what I do. Poofus and Ninja is a character. That's a persona. That is not me when I leave to turn this camera off. I don't go cracking jokes and making fun of people and drinking and acting ass. I don't do that outside of it. It's completely a character that I play. It's like, I understand if your child does it and mimics what I do, but like you can't fault me for that because your kid will go around and mimic a Power Ranger and kick his friend in the head. Your kid will go around and mimic SpongeBob and run down the street with a net trying to catch butterflies, calling them jellyfish.
Right.
Like, do I think it's on the responsibility of developers when it comes to gaming that they have to know what they're doing? They're going to make what they want to make. There's nothing you can really do about that. The ESRB's job is to say, hey, this is for kids, this is for not, this is for everyone, this is for adults, this is mature. But then at the end of the day, it still kind of falls in the ball of the parents, the court of the parents. If you buy your child Mortal Kombat, you can't be shocked when you see your child outside with his friend in the headline talking about get over here.
Right. I mean, there have been instances where where children actually accidentally kill their siblings for mimicking something from WWE.
Right.
Yeah. I used to get in trouble for doing the suck it sign.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like you go home run, I'd be like, yeah, William. I'm like, what?
Right.
But I do agree with Will, like the moment you get your child, like the moment I gave my daughter a cell phone, we had a serious talk.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we had a talk long, but she was just excited about the fact of having a phone. I said, like, you have to understand 4 things about this phone, first off and foremost. There's things on this phone that you can find that I don't want you to look at. I'm not okay with you looking at. I know eventually.
What you really told her was, go find these things that Mickey don't know about.
It was like, you're going to look at these things and I'm not going to be okay with this. Understand, if I find out you look at these things, I'm going to be very upset with you. But that's 1. 2, the same rule that I had as a kid when I got a cell phone, even though I'm the one who bought it and paid the bill, my mother said, when I call you, you answer in 2 rings. Same thing for you. You answer in 2 rings. It's not that I'm busy. It's not that I'm doing this. I don't care if your best friend is on fire standing next to you and you're on the phone with 911. You pick up in 2 rings. Hey, such and such is on fire. I'm on the other line with 911. That's fine. But you answer my phone calls when I call you. Lastly, I'm not okay with you having a Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, because I work in cybersecurity and I see the demons of the internet. And you know what I mean by the demons of the internet. And she said, of course, like, Dad, like, I know what to know. You don't know. So I prefer if you didn't have those things, but if you are going to have one, the first follower that you have, a friend you have, needs to be me. And if I see you following somebody who you shouldn't be, or someone's following you shouldn't be, the Instagram is going away. Facebook should be only your family and friends you go to school with. Period. And also, the moment I see boyfriend, babe, boo, anything of the such, I'm killing everybody in your school. Understand me? I'm killing the whole student population. You ain't gotta worry about going to school no more. I'm blowing the sky high. No boyfriends.
Like, plot twist, it was the black dad that caused the school shooting. Got it.
Right.
Man. Why are we so dark tonight? Good twist. Lord.
Right, it's dark as fuck though, right?
That's good. I'm the exact opposite of Pooh.
48 hours ago.
Opposite of that.
48 hours ago, we were raising money for the babies, and now we're blowing up schools.
Right, we're blowing up schools and. Oh boy. But go ahead, Will.
You never had to talk about having a boyfriend and all that, and I said, I'm not okay with it. Your mother might be. I'm not, because I'm just not. I'm never gonna be okay with you having a boyfriend. Never. I don't care if somehow, some way, they took Mahatma Gandhi's DNA, Obama, a whole bunch of these famous gentlemen, and put them in one body. I still don't like it.
Stalin.
Right.
A little bit of Roosevelt.
Dude.
I don't care if your boyfriend invents
engine
that runs on water. I still don't like him. You understand me?
Oh, that's funny. It's weird. My daughter turned 17, and God
damn it!
Like I was the exact opposite. I was just like, do what you gotta do, Just make sure, let me know how it goes, and I'll see you when I see you. And it's funny because there was no like boundary. She would just tell me things without actually me having to understand. And then when she would tell me stuff, I'd be like, oh, okay, so what do you think you're going to do about that? Oh, okay, well, hope that goes well. And she was like, well, what do you think about that? I think you're going to do good. Just come back to me and let me know how it goes. And then, I was always on the debrief, and then I would, put suggestive hints. And then the moment when I actually had to shut it down was when she came to me about, this is going on, and I don't know how I feel about it. And she's like, can you look through my message? I was like, look through your phone? Like, yes, I will.
Right. It's like, oh, you trust me that much? All right, cool.
And who is Bay5 2025? I was like, who are these people? So then, so me being more surprised by it allowed me to be more into it, because the moment I was nosy, she would find an app to hide that shit. And then thank God I was a nerd enough to go through it, and I knew how to go through it. But it was especially with girls are a lot smarter than guys. So they if they don't want you to see that shit, you will never see that shit. But guys are like, hey, here's my phone, I'll be right back. You're like, what? Boys are just so different. But it's it's that social connection. I think this younger generation, once again, like what Peter said, there is a level of that, you're right, the game developer shouldn't be responsible. But then there's this point where it's there has to be a line that's drawn where how far, how many more war games can you make? How many war games can you make until it's not really about any type of generation of war. Like think about this. Ghost of Tsushima. So like literally it was done amazingly by not Sucker Punch Productions, right? Like they had to study that culture and study the things and like test it with actual samurai, and like they did the research. And then the funny thing is that I've heard most people say like, why don't they have one for black people, like an African one? Like Ghost of Tsushima African style.
We've had.
I'm like,
nice.
I'm like, is that their responsibility to do that now? Like,
no,
it's
not.
Right.
Have to
it's
make
not.
Like tribe of Nigeria. Like the
Ashanti tribe.
Like what are we doing? Like Pygmy tribe of West Africa. Like I don't know. Like it's just at what and if they did that, like how could you even do that? You know what I mean? Like at what point are we're socially responsible? And like what we've been talking about so far is the social responsibility of negativity and possible threats.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like cultural responsibility, like the Black Lives Matter. Why did they have to put the Black Lives Matter in there? Why didn't they put Make America Great Again? Why didn't they put no, you know what I mean? Like they geared it, like it was conditioned. It was conditioned. So like, I'm just curious. Like,
not to interrupt, but just on that specific point, like, I think you're giving it too much credit. I think that's just the particular opinions of the specific team members that added that into the game. Like, and I'm not saying you're wrong in that it doesn't condition people that experience.
I don't care about being wrong or right. I don't care about being wrong or right.
No, I know that. I'm not worried about that. What I'm saying is I agree with you that it has an effect on the people that might experience that, especially of a younger generation that frankly aren't capable of forming their own opinions yet. But the point that
I don't know that. Don't say that. You can't say that now.
Depends on how young they are. Depends on how young they are. But what I am saying is don't assume that was put in there with an intent, because the intent very simply could have just been, I agree with Black Lives Matter, so I'm putting it in this game. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be bigger than that, because remember, game developers are people.
So there's no agenda. Kyle, there's no agenda.
Not that there isn't one.
And back to Fox
just
News.
Because it is doesn't necessarily mean. Just because it's in there doesn't necessarily mean there's.
No, people don't like the word agenda in this generation. They think that the word agenda is
But I do agree that as with developers, there should be some kind of a line, with certain things. Like I think Spec Ops: The Line probably opened people's eyes to how fucked up things can actually be in the time of war. Like decisions that you make that can really affect you long term or affect someone long term.
For sure.
Like when I told one of my family members that I was in the Navy and I was a rescue swimmer and I've been to Iraq twice. My youngest cousin was all excited and immediately thought Call of Duty, and I said, first of all, that's a fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen. Mitchell, Anderson, whatever name you want to give generic Army Ranger F, that doesn't happen. There's no such thing as a single hero in the war.
Right.
That doesn't happen. I said, if you want to know what military life is really like, I'll sit down and talk to you about it. But it's not like that at all. And trust me, I've actually been in combat overseas. And trust me, you come home and you thinking, it's going to be this parade and all these floats and people going to throw money at me. And there's going to be alcohol and bitches. It's not. At the end of the day, you at home.
That's like we drank 40 and shit.
When you come, I said, I told him, if you wanted the honest to God truth, I said, I told this story to him, and I said, I'm comfortable with telling the story now, and I go into schools openly and speak to people about going to the military, not with the recruiter, by myself, and I'll tell you the honest to God truth, what it is like actually to take a life and what you experience afterwards. The first time I took a life in Iraq, the guy forgot to clear a door. I went in behind him. There was a guy behind the door. He put a K-bar knife that's about this long, a centimeter away from my eye. I turned the knife and stuck it in the guy's throat. Blood squirted all over my clothes, all over my BDUs, all over my weapon, over my helmet, everything. And I freaked out for 2 days. not 2 minutes. Not I rubbed the blood off and kept going about my day. No, I didn't turn into a demon and my eyes went red and I drank his blood. Nothing like that.
Right.
I freaked out for 2 days.
Yeah.
And they made me go undergo a psych eval, and they said, you know what? We're going to send you back. They sent me back, and I had to go see the psych, which is the officer on the ship who's a psychologist. I had to see this person every day on the 3-month-long boat ride back to the U.S.
Wow.
They didn't fly me back. I didn't get to ride in the helicopter. I rode in the helicopter from land to the boat, and then I rode the boat all the way back. And I had, I think during the week, literally someone from security on the ship had to sit at the end of my rack to make sure I didn't hurt myself or anyone around me. And most nights I didn't sleep. I just sat there reading books. I think I read Sun Tzu's The Art of War 32 times in a 3-month time period, riding a boat back. He was like, well, how can you still stand to play Call of Duty? Because I know this shit is not real. It does not happen like that. I know what it is and what it entails. Said, if you think you can go to the army and become Rambo, let me tell you a secret. Rambo don't exist. And shooting the M240 one-armed, unless you are Brock Lesnar on steroids 24/7, you ain't shooting an M240 like that. Without burning half your arm off.
I was about to say, whoa, hold on. You could do it once.
You can do it once, but you're not going to do it again.
You could do it once, and then you'd be the one-armed man.
He said, like, well, why do they do that? I was like, because they do it to sell tickets, games, memorabilia. Yep. That's like the same reason why people lie about being in the military.
You know,
man, it's this guy down the street from me who told me he was a Navy SEAL, and I looked at him. Again. I said, please don't lie to me. You're not a SEAL. There's no way in hell you're a SEAL. He was like, how you gonna tell me? I said, look, it's Veterans Day and you have on this uniform and I'm looking at you. First of all, you're wearing a uniform of a rear admiral. I'm pretty sure you weren't an admiral in the SEALs. I'm positive you weren't. Admirals don't go to war at all. Admirals sit behind the desk while other people around them die.
Oh, that's fun.
I was like, also, you have
admirals. Is that what they call them? Admirals, like because they admire the work of other people.
A lot of people do stolen valor just because they want to get something out of it. I said, like, and also you have the Navy Cross Medal one, right? He's like, yeah, you have 3 stars next to it. He said, that signifies that you got awarded the Navy Cross 3 times. That has never happened in history. Please, do yourself a favor. Go take off the uniform. Put it in a box. Go donate it. I don't care. Just take it off. He was like, well, I collect these things. Well, put it in a box and display it on your wall. Don't ever fucking wear it again.
Right.
Well, some people don't even know that's a thing. That stolen valor is a thing.
That's terrible.
So people wouldn't do that. Yes, it's a big thing. People do it quite frequently.
Nah, people do that with fraternity. Like people have like my alpha codes, my alpha letters. Like, oh, what's up, frat? What's going on? Try to do a handshake. I'm like, let me ask you some questions. They're like, oh, bro, come on, man, don't do it to me. First of all, brother, I gotta ask you for financial. Because if you're not paying, you're not an alpha. 2, if you are paying, I do some, so secret code lingo and all that, and they don't get it. I'm like, nah, you good. Like, man, it's been like 10 years since I've done that, man. I forget. I'm like, well, go back to your chapter and go pledge and figure it out, ask some questions, and come back to me. But I have to keep it because like I know people that literally have like, I've met somebody that had like a whole like alpha attire, and I was like, oh, where'd you cross at? They're like, oh yeah, I crossed at Ohio State, brother. I'm like, they were gone for like 35 years. So like when what year did you? I'm like, what year did you cross? They're like, oh, bro, I'm an old head, man. I'm an old head. I know cats that are 30 years older than me, and I'm considered their old head. So like, don't play me like that. And I cross solo, so I know my shit. And I'm crazy. Don't do that. So So like, you know, and it's crazy. Like there are really like there's like a list, like a ban list of people that dress up in like alpha stuff and like try to get in and like, and you know that's why like people think like it's so crazy when we act so funny about like, you know, what are you, because people literally have benefited thousands and thousands of dollars saying that there's something like and they do stuff in the name of fraternities, sororities that make them look bad. So like, you know, unfortunately, like, don't get me wrong, we definitely have our work we have cut out for us, but genuinely, like, besides Kwanzaa, fraternities, sororities, the Divine Nine is like the only actual institution that's something that wasn't built based off of slavery. That's actually like genuinely African American. There's fraternities and sororities and Kwanzaa. So it's like that's the only thing. There's nothing else in American history that's black that is genuinely not a creation out of slavery. So like when I celebrate Kwanzaa, people are like, "Dude, who celebrates Kwanzaa?" I'm like, "Nobody." But I'm gonna try. And so like it's one of those things where it's like and look, I want to celebrate with you. I'm like, look, I don't know everything about Kwanzaa. I'm gonna try and at least make it meaningful, at least a little bit, because at least it's something that hasn't been like, you know, doctored in a way of a traumatic history. At least it's something like positive, like, because, you know, just in black culture in general, it's like its culture is historically just oppressive. You know, like when you read black history, like it's so dark. I'm like, why can't we start the good stuff? Like you know, like why do we have to talk about like the diaspora and like why don't we talk about this other things, and like it's just depressing, you know. And I just really feel like, especially just like game creators, like when they make things for black people, you just notice how like all the black characters are always like the same look or the same way. They all look, unless you're playing like an MMO, but like even with that, they just kind of look like a weird, like a really dark Puerto Rican. Like I don't know, like
a dark Puerto Rican, nice.
Hey, the Puerto Ricans rise up.
Right.
Right. Or you're like African tribal dark. Like it's never like this like mid-tone. It's always like these like hardcore like definitive things, right? Like CNN, had this this demographic list, and it was like white, black, Asian, and they had like other.
Something
else.
Who
the fuck is other? I was like, right. No, it said something else. That's what it said. It said something else. Who identifies as something else? I need to see that. Like now you got my whole curiosity just like boom. Oh my god, I just died. I can't believe that. Oh, I don't know where that was going. That conversation was going, but I ranted out for what Chris was saying. That shit was.
Well, the fact that you have people out there who's trying to benefit off of being a veteran or an alpha or whatever, that shit is absolutely disgusting. I'm like, why can't you just be boring? There's nothing wrong with that. You can identify as boring as fuck. You don't need to take advantage of, you know, other people who actually pledge or service the country or whatever. I never understood that shit.
Take it from PETA. You can be boring. You can be like me.
Be boring. It's
be
okay.
Like PETA. Be boring and make sure nobody likes you. That's the key.
Dude.
So, we'll see what's.
You're failing that last part, PETA, because a lot of people here like you.
Shh.
Right.
Why you gotta wreck my secrets like that, Jaya?
But see, that's part 3. Like fail at what you do.
Fail. 100%. You're right. You're right.
So you're failing number 2 completely, and that's part of your 3 steps. Forgot about that.
Failure is a big part of my my existence. You're right.
Right.
Oh. Can always count on Jay to keep me in line.
Right.
I'm like positive with the negative comments. You know what I mean? I'll diss you in a positive way.
Oh.
Right.
You're like, should I feel bad about myself? He was so nice about it. I really think he meant it.
Which makes me feel bad again.
But you just said it so nice. I can't be mad.
Right.
Oh. Holy cow! It is 1:23 a.m.
Yeah, it's late.
Oh, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, we're gonna have one more battle after this.
Yeah, I think we need to. I think that's gotta be it.
I think it actually like has been like actual like 2 hours because we started so late because of the malfunction.
I think maybe even more honestly, but yeah.
Really.
A little over, wasn't it? Like,
it's funny that you mentioned the Vita yet.
11,
There's
20
this
something?
concept video going around of a touchscreen PlayStation Vita.
Oh, I
Like
saw.
a full-on
I saw.
touchscreen.
Oh, dude, the Vita is like the most underrated piece of gaming equipment I think I've ever encountered.
whoever killed Little Asthma, thank you.
You guys were so in depth talking. You didn't even see any of my Incineroar wins against him. They were so good.
I how Asma still had all the kills.
Like I even spiked the dude. That's like worth 5 kills.
Oh my god! All right, it's the last one.
Last
one.
Nice.
Oh, I
The
think
community stars. This is it.
Oh man.
Let's
The winner of this gets to decide the first topic for next Monday.
Yes. Let's do this.
I gotta win then. Because we gotta talk about bread.
Exactly.
Yes.
Bread. Take it.
So if everybody could just put their controllers down, so I can somehow still lose.
Will, we gotta get Will. He's Little Mac.
That's true.
Sucks. Oh my god! Of all the people.
We got Little Mac and Meta Knight. What's this matchup?
It couldn't get any worse.
No, let me destroy it.
Right. Round Vita.
Man, I'm trying to detonate my C4 with Will standing on top of it, and you're throwing me off the side.
You were coming at me too close. I didn't like it.
Man, I was trying to detonate my C4.
I get grabbed.
Oh, I didn't know that was gonna hit.
Damn.
Oh my god. He doesn't do it. Oh my god.
Okay, here's the plan, okay? You throw Will off, I'll throw Magic off.
Wait, why do I have to deal with Will?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't making that.
No.
Oh. Jay, you're so cheap. You're so
so cheap.
Nice.
Baby.
Nice.
You're not supposed to like me.
Oh, wow. That is out.
Wow.
Will's out. Wow.
All right, hold on.
Hold on.
Wait, I need to talk to you. Stop it. I want to talk to you. Oh my god. All right, screw it. You know what? Screw it. I was legit asking you to stop so we could talk, but fuck it. You're dying now.
Right? He was like, stop. Try to talk.
I tell you, Jaya does not care. Jaya wants to win. That's all Jaya does.
Man.
That's why I have to be in with all the time.
I love it. Aye!
The fact that you have 2. Oh my god.
Right.
What is the range on that garbage? Good lord.
You ran ridiculous.
Dude, all right, I ran into it after you ran halfway across the stage with it. Like, don't give me that garbage.
Damn.
What do you guys always say? You snake mains calculated?
Oh, everything's calculated. We don't calculate your pettiness, though. We will put that into account now.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Oh,
he took out that parachute with
extreme
prejudice.
You really made Jay look like he was good. What are you doing?
I am great. All right, hold on. First off, this is PETA. If you expect anything more than that, that's on you. Second off, he killed everybody. Second off, I tried to have a legit conversation with the man, and he just wouldn't have it. So I lost a life to that. So
right.
Although Captain shows up, Captain wants to brawl.
Oh my god! All right, y'all. I'm gonna go unless I get a bad character.
All right, this is the last one.
Watch him get Little Mac again. I would laugh so hard if he got Little Mac again.
All right, guys, I'm gonna jump off so I can go to sleep. I already got my bonnet on, so I'm already in the way.
All right. You have a good night. Night.
Oh no. Got a little thirsty on that one, Captain. Captain's just like, I'm gonna get this KO on this already dead guy.
Nice.
Yeah, I just want to be Snake right now. You have no idea. You make me want to bring out Snake.
I'm really stepping into my role.
That is not even remotely close to what I was doing. Wasn't even touching the left stick, and I somehow did a side smash. Or a side special. Okay.
Quit jumping. Every time you jump, I was gonna throw that volleyball at your head.
Nice. Nice.
Man, that is just so ridiculous.
And the winner is
baby.
Zilla.
That's you'll get fit. You got to quit.
Hey man, that's the only time you beat me. Look at that! I did all the work.
I definitely did your work on you.
Will's over here targeting.
Okay, says the target master.
Just straight up focusing. Just straight up focusing.
Oh,
all right. Thank you for that.
We done.
Amazing.
We done. Nope, nope, not doing it. Not doing it. Nope.
I'm out. I will see y'all later.
Oh,
see you guys.
Take it easy, everybody.
See ya.
Jay, get better on Bomberman so we can have a real Bomberman battle. We need to all get Bomberman, by the way.
Sounds good.
Yeah, later, y'all.
See if you
Bomberman, like Bomberman Tuesday.
People to play with.